What's good? What's happening? We're live. Everything should be fine. Everything should be good. What's happening? 11 people in early on. How you doing, Emric? Nice to see you early on as well. We're a little bit delayed because I realised last minute that the game wasn't live inside the UK, so I had to go, you know, hunting, if you will. I was successful. Hopefully it doesn't crash, but we're going to do the classic usual jazz. We've got 5 minutes before kick-off, so we know the drill. Line-up time. Here it is. Pretty straightforward for us, but we'll start with Hearts because I wasn't expecting them to go with 3 at the back, but every team seems to do this for some reason. It's either 5 or 3, never 4, so I'm not really honestly sure what to make of it, but here is a lineup. We've got Xander Clark, you've got, I'm presuming that's Rowles, or Rowles. You've got Civic, Holt, Atkinson, Devlin, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, but I think it's Kemort Grant, Halliday, obviously Ginelli, and Forrest. Not our Forrest, but the other Forrest, the brother Forrest. Our lineup is as follows. The only change, well, the only 2 changes are the triangular side of defence stays the same. It's Hart, Vickers and Starfelt. Midfielders have got a few changes as well. I'd imagine it was probably just to give Hatate a bit of rest, but it's O'Reilly, McGregor and Aaron Moy that kicks this one off. And the front 3 is Maeda, Furuhashi and Abada. And it makes sense because Furuhashi in the last match was pretty fucking good. How you doing, Monologue? You must be, have you put another prediction down for tonight, Chief? You fucking better based on your recent predictions anyway. We've done pretty, try to figure out what else I need to do, because I know there's 1 or 2 things that I've forgotten. I always do this at the start of streams. The starts of them are always the worst. But then again, a couple of people in before kick-off, that's more than usual, so. But we'll do the classic, we'll leave the lineups up so people can see them when they come in. But they're currently in the process of doing a light show. I've got a few of my buddies at the game as well, and probably 1 or 2 that will pop in over the course of the stream just to say hello. But we've got Flash that's right now in the North Curve, and my buddy Jordan who's closer to the Hearts fans but still very much in the Celtic territory. Well, I've got to say, I'm all looking forward to this one. If Hearts come out, not this time, but you're hoping for a 3-0, so you're predicting a clean sheet. I think it's going to be interesting based on the fallbacks, because obviously Ralston's not had a lot of game time to figure out what he wants to do, and if he wants to, you know, just slot back into playing how he did before, obviously, you know, Juranovic and Johnston kind of hold that position down, and obviously Johnston's been brilliant over the last few match days as well, so hopefully Ralston takes that as a hint to just come out of the gate, start swinging, and hopefully have a good performance. But I'm more curious about Bernabei because he's usually reliable, but I think obviously a lot of people had, you know, a little bit of an eyebrow raiser with Taylor's performance. Obviously that wasn't exactly convincingly great at times, but it was fantastic at the same stretch. Obviously if you go for the Old Firm and then the games against St Mirren as well, nothing to complain about, but I'm surprised Hatate doesn't start, or more to the point, we didn't give, you know, Awata a chance right out of the gate. But again, I'm more than comfortable with Moy and O'Reilly and obviously our captain holding that. Now Bernabeu's your worry. Boy doesn't defend well and he has a tempo. Well, I can get that to an extent, mate, but again, I think that makes sense in a game against Hearts where they're not really going to play to frustrate. Again, that's not why never hold up a second, they're just in the middle of singing You'll Never Walk Alone. I had to take a second just to appreciate that. But as long as we do the solid stuff right today, I don't think Hearts have much to offer. Again, it's just a case of if they come out in the first 15-20 minutes and do good with pressure, something can happen, for sure. I'm not saying that it's entirely implausible, but my counterpoint is our lineup's more than justified to just stifle them. There's not going to be much pressure put on us, I would imagine, at least. Again, when we're in the middle of each half, that's when we do our best work. Obviously, the game against St Mirren a few days ago would have probably been as good as an indication as any. Just got to fix all of this. everyone popping in. We'll be kicking off in about a minute or so. Just make sure everything's in working order before we kick off. That's fine. That should be okay as too. If there's any audio issues or anything, can someone let me know? It's a very common thing that happens whenever I turn my PC on after like 3 days. Doesn't sound horrible. Okay, we'll give this a refresh in a moment or so just to... Go on, there we go. We'll give you one last look at the lineups just to make sure that everything's in working order. It's going to piss me off. I had this working right before kick-off. If it stops working now, I'll be furious. Literally until the millisecond I hit the live button. Come on now. Should be that then. Interesting. Hello everyone that's popping in. We should be underway by now, so we'll give this a little refresh. I'm just trying to get a stream that doesn't freeze after 5 milliseconds. All I've seen so far is about 3 or 4 passes for kick-off and then it froze. So just bear with me. 4-0's the prediction. Gotta respect that to be fair. What the fuck did Twitter just load? That's what we need. There we go. 4-0's your prediction, Paul. That's a very bold one to be fair. Although the millisecond that the game literally was kicked off, all 3 of the stream things that I have just decided to just not work. This is going to be another Aberdeen kind of situation where it will kick in after about 2 or 3 minutes. They fucking typical, man. Come on. We'll keep an eye on the things in the corner anyway as things go. We'll go into the stat sheet and let it do its thing. We'll get things up and running. Right, hopefully these ones come in clutch. And that should do. Even if there's a... Oh, is it going to load? Always whenever I start this shit, man. What about you? How you doing, Virtual? Nice to see you as well. Right, I do have a link. Although, judging by the looks of it, again, it looks about 2 minutes behind, but we do have something. So, again, if you see a goal come up, try not to spoil it, but again, I understand because of pure drama. But then again, we're about 1 minute and 40 seconds in on this one, so this should be dealable. Hopefully it doesn't freeze after a minute like it did last time, but the ball's forward and Hearts have got it inside our final third, so let's see what they do. They've gone down trying to find a free kick. But Bernabe does his first piece of good work of the day, just steals the ball back and plays it out, but stole away. Headed up clear, but doesn't find anyone in particular, and it's going to bounce around early on. And right out the gate, Ralston's going to dart forward, tries to skip past Kiemark Soglu, and actually does it brilliantly, but Moy's pass to Abada's just a slight bit loose, and it's not going to do much. I'm going to stay in the channel, but it's a game on Sky. It is not. I thought it was on Celtic TV, which is why I was so confident I'd be able to thingy the game. But unfortunately, it's not. It's like outside of the UK, so that's why I've just spent the last 3 minutes trying to just find a thing. It's on Celtic TV, but obviously not to Not to anyone that's in it. Not to anyone that's in it. It's not, it's Streamlabs that I used to stream Watchalong. It was back to Carter Vickers and he'll just square it firmly back towards Hart. Straight back to Carter Vickers, and Hart's put that little bit of extra pressure on, ball forward, and there will be a bit of work for the Hearts defender to do, but he deals with it relatively fine. But the keeper's just opted to kind of punt it long, and Ralston's done really well to keep that in play, but eventually goes out for a Hearts throw. Played back in quickly, Carter Vickers. Yeah, and already Hearts seem to drop back into that. It's the 3 at the back and then it's 5 the millisecond that there's any pressure on. But here's a good chance early on. Aaron Moyes got it and it's just about cleared away, by the way. Good early intent for this, but Moyes going to have the quick throw in straight to Ralston. It's a much more physical Celtic side by the looks of things. But I think that's just more or less to combat. You know, you can remove the stream delay. Aye, but at the cost of it, ruining your internet in my frame zone is fantastic. I don't mind it being behind by about a minute or so anyway. But back towards, quick play for McGregor actually, and it's gone in behind. Ralston's pinged it. Well, I think he was trying to search a bad on the overlap, but it doesn't find anyone. Although again, he's using his burners to get back to the ball and put pressure on. Wins it back, Carter Vickers. Tries to be a slight bit too clever, and it's gone up towards the Hearts front 3, but they've just panicked and given the ball away. It's the only place to stop stream snipers when you're playing FPS. Well, I suppose it is, but again, it's only like a 30-second delay. It's just because of the link that I'm watching the game through now isn't exactly up to date either. It's just going on to the well, right now, 10 seconds to the 5th minute. But it's back towards Starfelt. Good early, really good early pressure for Hart. Starfelt had to play that one quickly, but it does go back to Hart. Quickly plays it forward. Carter Vickers, good. Nice, just keep it on the deck, lads. Good. Starfelt should switch that to Bernabei at any point now. Still doesn't. Then just tries to half-ass it over the top, but Maeda's took a good first touch. He's in behind early on, and Maeda's just hit it past the post. Good early pressure first though. Maeda made the first big chance of the match there. That one is a proper good effort to it. Came for a bit of a skewed forward ball for Starfelt, but it gets an inside touch on the left, although I think the flag's been raised for offside as well. Interesting indeed. Is Kyogo playing? Yeah, he is, Chief. He's they're starting forward today, as well as Maeda and Abada, but Hearts have stole the ball back here and they're trying to break forward in numbers, and Ralston's been dragged out of position, and here comes Hearts, and it's a 3-on-2. It's played across, and Hearts have headed it in. It's 1-0. I think it's Janelli that's got on the end of it. I'm not sure if it's going to be given for offside or what. But Hearts have put the ball in the back of the net. That's... Well, Starfelt's down inside the alone net. I'm not sure what's happened there. But I think there's going to be a couple of checks in place, because I don't think Janelli's offside. He looks... That's very hard to tell, actually, very hard to tell. I think he might be just off. I'm not sure if it will be given or not. As it stands, it could be given. I'm not too entirely sure. Once the ball kicks off, I'll confirm, but he's going over to check. It's a very hard one to call, in fairness. It's a beautiful header for Janelli, in fairness. He places it fantastically. You can't argue with it, but I'm not sure if it's going to be given or not. I would like to see the lines. I would very much like to see the lines. It's one of those ones where it's his knee. But he does... Such a hard one to call, to be fucking fair. I think they've given it. They've given it. It's 1-0, yeah, they've given it. Ginnelly's often celebrating him. I think his knee's offside, but I think he's because he played it with his head, it has to count, right? I'm not, again, I'm really unsure. He's often celebrating, so I think it counts. And quite literally, their first shot on target is a goal. I'll say it time and time again, Joe Hart. Might as well just be collecting a free paycheck to this point. Yeah, they've given it we've kicked half, it's underway. That is absolutely insane and interesting. I would have liked to have seen the lines drawn. But straight for kick-off, Kyogo will try and weave it forward, but just skews the pass out wide and Hearts will have a throw-in. Doesn't show us the lines, didn't do anything of the sort. I am pretty sure he is, at least, again, it's hard to tell, honestly, with the naked eye, but he does look like he made that run just a tad bit late. Nonetheless, the Hearts do have the lead, and that's going to be interesting. Yeah, we're going to need to come out swinging, but good thing you didn't put a bet on Warlock. You're 3-0's already in the mud. Well, the keeper's gone down now as well, for fuck's sake. He's holding his ankle. Our Heart's already going to try and time waste. Yeah, again, the Huns will get it, but that's the thing. There's not much more I can say. But they have given it. The 100% is a goal that stands, apparently. I do want to see the lines back on, like, drawn lines, not just the camera angle, because it's very hard to justify it. It's like the last game all over again, still beating them 3-1. Well, we have to come out and show a bit more fucking fight, because all of the passes have been loose. The difference in the St Mirren game is that they just got a very lucky call, and this isn't one of those lucky calls. I suppose it's just a weird issue. But I'm going to go and... Where's my phone, actually? Because if I can find a still, either picture or either VAR call, I'll spin it around and show you. But they'll try to say... they're saying it's onside. It's not. his knee looks like it's over. They've shown the one with the lines, his knee's over it, but I think because he headers it, they're doing the classic, oh, it's the part of the body that makes contact, you're fine. Fair enough, we're used to having it go against us and go against us a lot, so fuck it, we'll just have to go again. Hearts do win it back up inside our half though, and this is what I'm saying. We just immediately let them get back into the pressure, and Bernabei can't close them down. That leaves McGregor to close the space instead, and it's out for a corner kick. Hearts came out with a point to prove. Yeah. Not a lot of people happy with that call, as it stands. Another shows again unless we're offside. Yeah, you put the money on the head virtual, but that's the thing, we're going to just have to accept it and move on. At the end of the day, Ginnelly still had to score the header, and he did, so... It's up in our half, but kind of took a weird bounce off Atkinson, so it's going to be a throw-in for us. I don't get why we have to be shot in the foot before we wake up and start firing back. Very confused by that, but again, it comes down to the players to come out and do what's necessary. Should be interesting. If we don't do anything first half, hopefully we're known as the second half kings, and it's as a game of two halves. But what my point is that we were much more comfortable in Hearts aren't St Mirren. St Mirren are a team that will sit behind the ball. Hearts are more counter-attackive, so there will be chances for Hearts that, besides the one that they've already just put away. It's more of a case of, can the pressure be consistent over 90 minutes? But as I say that, here's a ball over the top and Abada's in behind. Tries to be way too clever and it's not going to do anything. Cleared away, I think, by the left back, and it's stole back by, I think, Starfelt. Keeps it under control. McGregor. He does really well to win that back in midfield, and after some 1-2s, he caught a wicker. It's up towards Abada again. Inside pass, good feet, but can't fucking do anything with it. That's unlucky. At least losing the championship makes the championship more fun. Don't you get bored of winning everything so easily? No. I love winning. Winning is what makes the world go round. At least if you're a Celtic fan anyway. But really I just like to keep winning because it just makes sure that everything Rangers does is just invalid. I don't mind going, like, again, if we lose, we lose, but there's a way to lose, you know what I mean? It's better that we get a scare early, we have lots of time to turn this around. Yeah, I mean, again, that's the positive of it, but at the same time, it means Hearts have something to play for and defend now, so they don't necessarily have to try and come out the gate and try and do anything. How you doing, guys? Nice to see you back, mate. You must be happy. We'll enjoy the win every time. Mark said it best. If you're a Celtic supporter, victory is sweeter than anything. Nice. Good play out back to Starfelt, there's a lot of space opening up on that right hand side for the Celtic attack to kind of do something. Ralston's done well to get that ball under control. Kyogo can't get the ball under control for the pass though. Hibs are up. Oh, wait. What are the other games going on right now? Wait. It's not going to show maybe because Google is broke, but nonetheless, that's interesting. The Edinburgh teams are beating the Glasgow teams down early on. Fuck. That's interesting. It's an up yours to the SPFL officials. Couldn't have put it better, but as I say that, oh fuck, Hearts are in the box again, although Bernabe in fairness uses his quickness to just kind of constantly keep the pressure on Forrester. He does get away. Oh fuck, my head has been clotheslined by, I think, Hills. It's going to be put ball back, but well, the way games stand right now, Rangers aren't winning, we aren't winning, but the advantage of that is that nothing happens in the table, so realistically Celtic will be a little bit less about it now, but both the Glasgow sides need to wake the fuck up. That is a major foul on Maeda. That's an interesting one. I didn't think Hearts or Hibs had the minerals, but well, Hearts are certainly showing it in this game. I can't speak for the... How the fuck did that not go in, Kyogo? Oh, it's like a hit and miss, mate. That is a hit and a miss. That is unlucky. Maeda does so well to get that ball in, and it bounces right in front. The keeper kind of parries it out towards Kyogo, and he just... Well, he doesn't really have time to take the shot. It just kind of bounces off him and out for a corner. It's going to be swung in, headed clear. One back very quickly, although as soon as I say that, Hearts stick a leg in and get it back up the midfield, but McGregor's been taken down and there'll be a free kick on just inside their final third. It would be amusing if Rangers lost and if we lost. Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty typical, wouldn't it? Like, Rangers do what we do and we do what Rangers do. It's just the only difference is trophy counts. Moyes got it forward towards Maeda, quick ball in behind. Bernabe's used his pace really well there, but doesn't really get a cross that you would call ideal. I think Civic just decides fuck that, clears it away and makes sure that there's no pressure on it. Even though we never stop, sometimes it feels like we never stop. I'll keep the faith, bro. Exactly, Renegade. Like, again, once we crack them open, if we get one, and by the end of the first half we win this game 4 or 5, there's a definite shout for a handball in there, although, again, I won't know until I've seen the replay. I've just seen a bunch of hands go up and a bunch of people shout. You're annoyed by the way they're playing. Again, Hibs on... Like, what's the table looking at right now? Because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I mean, as it stands, I mean, they're not really going to close the distance, but they kind of make sure that they're still in with a shout if, you know, all the Celtic players happen to die and all the Rangers players happen to die and we can't field the team. They still might have a chance. I like Celtic, but Scottish football is very strange. Only 2 teams fight forever over the local cup, but when they play international matches, they're easily eliminated. Well, that's because the bracketing money is insane in Scotland, like... But, again... Oh, 1-1, Rangers gone. Oh, there you go. Shit. Well, I guess Celtic do need to score now. Do it for the boys. But if you know your Scottish football and you know that St Johnstone have won like 2 cups in the last like 2 years, you've had Hibs win one recently, you've had, there's been a couple. But most of the money comes to the top two because we're the two that always perform somewhat okay. I mean, I'm not saying we're great in Europe because we're not. Celtic are quite shite in Europe most of the time. And bar that Rangers, Europe, obviously the Europa League one, they haven't really done much. I mean, they've basically had a European final one season and then they've been classified as the worst team to ever play in the Champions League the next. That tells you how flip-floppy Scottish football can be at times. When Celtic play their best, we can beat any team on the planet, and I'll say that to the end of time because we've proven it time and time again. However, most of the time we just don't play the way we have to. They're definitely trying to claim it, but I don't think there's going to be a handball given towards us. It came off like the back part of his arm. Got any stress to really stick that up, actually. That's a good fucking shout. I didn't. Oh no, I turned around at the wrong moment. I looked back and Hearts were through. Carter Vickers got a fucking really good touch on that to keep that away. Hearts just punt it long. And Abada will try and hold it up. Jesus Christ. Rangers and Celtic are the best two teams in Scotland. See if Rangers and Celtic left to play in England, then Scottish football's fucked. Yeah. But then again, a lot of English fans don't realise how good Scotland, obviously teams like Celtic and Rangers would be in England. If you gave us the money that you give even fucking Leicester City, Celtic and Rangers would both be top 6 teams, and you can fight me on it. Just based on fan base alone, we're a Scottish club and we've got more fans than I'd say a solid 85 to 90% of the English teams. That's some good bounce around play there. You can see Abada's intentions, but he's not going to do much with that at any point. He got caught out way too easy there. And Hearts will just kind of try and rally forward. They are throwing bodies at every challenge, that I will give them. Oh great, it's just froze now. Excuse me, why are you doing that? Just give that a refresh and try again. Try to work out of his lag and if it's just streaming 21, I'm not sure what it's doing. I'll give it a refresh and see. Although my stream just before it froze was on, it was on 19.5 minutes. But it has done the thing. Don't you worry though. I'll find ways to make it work. Although what I'm all surprised about, at least for what I've seen anyway, is the fact that we haven't done much attacking, or at least like we're getting the ball forward, we're putting the ball into the right spaces, but whenever the fucking chance comes to, or when push comes to shove, I should say, we just kind of fold like a deck of cards. Yeah, there's just bouts every now and then where it just doesn't want to work. About a minute or so behind, yeah. Well, it's just going on to the 22nd minute now, if that gives you a rough indication. About a minute and 10 minutes or so behind. A minute and 10 minutes. Excellent language use there. About a minute and 10 seconds behind. Maeda just had a really good chance there, but again, fucking Abada just didn't stamp the shot into the ground the right way. I would have reacted and if there would have a reason to, but I knew as soon as he shaped his body like that, it was not going goal bound. Yeah, the replay does make it look way worse because he just did not set himself at all. I've got to say, in the opening early stages of the game, it's more or less Hearts. It's Atatian? No. It's a more physical midfield. It's McGregor, O'Reilly and Aaron Moy in this one. Good ball forward and Kyogo's not going to get to that. It's cleared away very quickly for Celic. Ralston's going to rally it back, Carter Vickers. Just do a quick exchange as they're slowing the play down way too much. Hearts are a team that are based on shape. Where would all the money come from? Exactly it, guys. At the end of the day, you can only beat what's put in front of you. That's why Celtic and Rangers don't make much money, because there's just, what, 3 million if you win the Premiership. I think it's 3.6 million we win if you win first place in the Premiership. Meanwhile, if you get relegated in the English Championship, you get given more money. So, just like all things, England have it better than Scotland, but we just play the game because we love it. Simple as that. That's why Celtic and Rangers have such big fan bases, because it's not really so much about how we play in Europe, it's just about how we function as clubs. O'Reilly's going to play it quickly out from the throw-in. He should try and do something with us. We can really try and do... Oh, really good and do something with this. It's a good ball forward. Bernabé's played it quickly. Maeda's got time. What's he doing with it? He opts to play it back for Bernabé. Nice intention there. O'Reilly, good shift. Oh, fucking overlap and run for McGregor. Good high ball. Kyogo, how the fuck have you... mate, that's twice now, son. This is the fucking thing with him. I love him to death, but Jesus fucking Christ, how do you miss a header that open? If O's in that position, that is in every day of the week, but Kyogo's just too small. He doesn't crank his neck and head it downwards, he just kind of lets it bobble off the top of him. That's so piss poor, because that's 2 chances Kyogo's missed for basically point blank range. You need to wake up, son. Put one in the fucking net, get your confidence up, do what you did against Rangers. Just fucking hit it. In England, it's over 500 mil for winning the Premiership. I didn't even know that. I thought it was less. I thought it was 200 million, but Kyogo's came forward here. Please, Maeda! Yes! 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 Get in! Tiny Japanese man with bald head, let's go! He looks injured though, please don't tell it. Do not stay down, wee man. But bar any major complications, we've just equalised. Maeda's on his feet, thank fuck for that. I thought he was staying down. Let's go. Let's see what happened here. It's a quick ball over the top, but again, it stems for O'Reilly's just initial stem play. Kyogo with a perfect ball across the front of the 6-yard line, and all Maeda has to do is get it on target. Gentlemen, we have a goal. They're checking it for... They tried to VAR it even though Kyogo was onside by about 6 yards. I'm just going to clarify that now. That's why I'm just waiting to see if they're giving it. Still checking it even though they've just drawn the lines and he's quite literally about 4 fucking human beings in. Oof. Give it. Oh, he looks raging. He looks unhappy because he knows that he has to go against these Masonic brothers and give it for us. It's definitely a goal. I don't even need to look to know this is a goal. But yeah, there we go. It's been officially handed just there. So Maeda has officially got his goal handed to him. We'll love to see it. Sexual times are happening. Maeda looks a wee bit rocked though. He's not moving. He's kind of limping for pillar to post. It's a joke if you get fucked over there. Don't worry, VAR couldn't do anything there. Kyogo was literally about this. I can't even fit my arms into it, but he was clearly onside. There was no worries about it. Oh, fuck, I just realised it was Ralston that played that ball through and not O'Reilly. I just took credit away for a player. My bad, but it was Ralston's pass, and it was perfect as well, by the way. But it's showing the lines, we're fine. It's absolutely okay, we can vibe. Please subscribe, thank you, that would be lovely. If you do that, we're winning this game like fucking 10-1, right? We're breaking the record. It won't give Hearts a lot of confidence, but I'm going to check the other game now. The gallop has started exactly, Stephen. But I think, oh no, there you go. It's 1-0 between Livingston and Dundee. Who cares? Yeah, but it's 1-1 in that one, so both teams are doing what they need to do. On both sides, actually, to be fair, because both Edinburgh sides have played well. We might have got the equaliser, but Hearts have played good. We have to give them credit where it's due. But we need to get another now. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'd only do the Zoomy scream when we win. Delighted Ralston's getting a game, and what a game he's having. Again, minus the first 10 minutes where he was just kind of realising what part of the position or where he needs to be on the field, essentially. Oh, fuck, Kyogo nearly stole that back. What the fuck? Big Saj, but McGregor's won it back. Moy plays it forward. Maeda just tries to stamp pass it, but kills the ball a bit too dead. And here come Hearts with a long ball forward. Starfelt just does a really good cover run, actually, to put the pressure on. Another one before half time, that would be class. I just missed that. Barance, thank you for the sub, man. That's really, really nice. We're trying to do this thing before the end of the year. That's the goal. So I'd very much appreciate any support towards that. But if not, you can always like the stream. If you are already subscribed, that's the best thing you can do for me. Maeda's struggling on. Yeah, I mean, he's... From the moment he scored that, the way he stayed down told me that he's pulled a hamstring. Because I've done that exact thing. I have scored a goal like that at Sunday League level and immediately just sat down and went, that's it, no. It's that face where you know something's wrong, but it's not like crucially bad. It's not going to be like a torn metatarsal or anything like that. It's just going to be a simple pulled hamstring or a bruised thigh. Hopefully it's just a bruised thigh. Made off, definitely. Oh, how you doing, Skull? Nice to see you back. You picked the perfect time, we're in the game. Jota's getting warmed up, he'll be definitely coming on for my head by the looks of it. But it's showing that my head a goal. I got to say, yeah, it's the goalkeeper as well, because both of them go for it. He contacts the keeper makes contact with him. They're both going to go down there. But I think Maeda just came off the worst because he's the small-ordered in that situation. What about the Liverpool versus Man United game? What a major shocker that was. To be fair, it's funny because that Rashi dude that was speaking to me last stream, he was like, "Oh, you should you stream that game." I was like, "Oh yeah, I would have loved that. It would have been nice," but I just opted not to. And then I was watching it with Flash in the Discord. Obviously, if you were in last stream, you'll know who I'm talking about. But for those that don't, that's the guy that I stream occasionally with. We were watching the game just in Discord and call, and at half time we're like, 1-0 seems to be like an alright scoreline, I'd be happy with that, and then we proceeded to score 6 more. How you doing, Brian? Make out Rangers boys feel a bit better about yourself. Result, yeah. Well, Bernabe's put another fucking foul in. He's going to end up getting himself red carded very quickly if he keeps doing that, man, because that's like the 3rd time he's bundled a person over for no reason. But we're officially on the 31st minute left, so we've got about 14. I did not expect 7-0, yeah. Did you watch the St Mirren game? I did. I very much did. It was very good. That's all I'll say. But again, it was that's what I found weird about it, because I support Celtic and Liverpool, and both of them had very similar games. Like an okay first half, but not great. And then they just woke up. Man United just evaporated. I felt bad for Watchalong though, because we were all laughing at him in the middle of the we were all laughing at him in the middle of the game. Oh, Starfelt, my god, why are you so bad at doing that, man? Ball comes to him and it deflects up off him, and that could have bounced to a Hearts player. Also, I don't mean to go off on a complete tangent here, but see that Hearts kit? Very nice. Very good, very like it. I always appreciate gold on a kit. But, oh, there's another chance! It's just about gathered by the goalie though. Fucking fair play to him. Spilled out, and there was about 2 or 3 Celtic bodies there that were going to get in for a shot. But it stems for just winning that ball just inside our half, and just pinging it forward. Again, we're doing the right idea, just have to keep them under pressure. This is the Celtic that we have to be. None of this fancy schmancy, pass it around the wings and go inside with all your fancy little inside dribbles. It won't work. Just play it out to the wing, quick indirect passes, and if they try and close you off, go central and punt it into them. Because Hearts won't press out if they don't have a reason to. Because look at their shape right now. Again, they were at 3 at the back for about 5 seconds, and now they're back to 4. Jota's got it up high on the left here, he's played it inside, it's going to bounce around, no one's going to do much with it, but it does spin out towards the bricky. Ralston, do what you can do, son. Nice, just shimmies it for a bada. Moy, good feet to play that quickly. Forrest was there to close him down. Back towards our captain. Quick ball in behind, and that was definitely going to find Kyogo if not for the interception. Abada, oh, lovely feet. Cleared away though eventually by Hearts, but Celtic are just, it's constantly 50-50s right now. Hearts and Celtic are throwing themselves at this. And eventually it's going to be given for, I think, a foul on Hearts, yep. Well, another chance to go 2-1 up, well, unlucky. And I'm all reminiscent. I'm confident for the second half we can name us the second half kings. I mean, to be fair, most of our good work is done in like after the 65th minute, isn't it? Like, I think there's only 2 teams in Europe that scored more late winners than us. Oh, that's a square head off of Carter Vickers. Ralston's on the chase, keeps it in play, but it's gone straight to Hart's body. Was that my phone? It was. Shut up. I've got things to watch. Oh, fuck off. How was that for O'Reilly's just questioning it? He won the ball completely fine. It's been given for a foul. Hearts play it out quickly and turn Celtic pressure quickly. But Hearts, yeah, it's like a pulsating defence line, if that makes sense. Like, they've got 3, then 5, then 3, then 5, then 3, then 5. Like, it's constantly changing. That should be a foul for us, but it's not going to be given. Nope, cleared forward. Now Carter Vickers has to chase, does eventually cut out the initial pass, but he's under pressure and eventually, from basically right back, has to play it across. Starfelt's got it now. Bernabet. He's calmed down his play a good bit. The ball in behind for Maeda to chase to Son. Unlucky, but it's just kind of hacked away from the right back. I think that's Celic. Really confused by that. Back and forward in your game as well, yeah. Both of the Edinburgh sides are showing that they have a lot to play for. You can see the Green Brigade in fine voice behind Aaron Moy. Let's see what he's going to do. Swing it in. He's going to find the body at the front post. Ralston can't hold it up though, and Forrest just opts to clear it away. It's going to be gathered by Alexandre. But he's just given the ball away. It seems to be a theme with our left backs where they're fast and good at passing, but not when it's out for the back under no pressure. Hearts come forward now and they can do something with this on the outside. They try to cut it in, ball across, and it's stabbed towards goal, but unfortunately for them it's got no power behind it and it's straight into Joe Hart's hands. Good initial play forward though. I just won't lie down when or I'm presuming when and if we beat Hearts, they can catch them if they win. Yeah, exactly that. Like, Celtic and Rangers are fighting out for the top 2, and then you've got Hearts and Hibs fighting out for 3rd and 4th, so realistically, both of them will be wanting to win their games. Brussels, god damn. I should respect that order, respect that. Good play back. Hearts will try and press out now though, won't do much with it. Good initial press, but Hearts do beat the first line and that will open up space for the second. I swear to God, I've wanted to go for a draw in my joint every 2-3 minutes, but I can't because every time I look away something happens. This is a very good game. This is the type of game that I've been wanting to see for weeks now. The games tonight are like a carnival game. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's proper end-to-end football. I am genuinely happy to see this type of football. Like, Hearts aren't just sitting on their laurels. They're not sitting on their hands and going, oh, we're okay with just the 1-0. Like, as soon as they went 1-0 up, they still threw their bodies forward. They weren't just willing to sit on it like a, St Mirren or a Livingston. I've always said it though. It's like, I have less fear of facing teams nowadays like Hibernian and stuff over, like, sometimes even Rangers in recent seasons, because they're the teams that are unpredictable. But O'Reilly does have one from the outside here. He's got a corner, swings it in, good. How did that not touch a body in green and white? I'm not sure, but it's cleared away. Let's send it long. I'm not sure if it's going to find a body in blue. And in fact, I think it will, because Josh Ginnelly's there, but thank fuck Joe Hart uses his ageing limbs to come out and punt it clear, and Hearts are winning the ball every time now. That's 450s they've won in a row. And they're still moving it forward. It's outright. Good attempt at a cross. It's going to bounce around though, and Abada's going to have to come back to just kind of, I think, to try and stamp it clear, but he just slices it. And Hearts have a throw in our final third. A very good game, this. Although Giannelli's gone down, he's holding, I think, his knee. Or the inside of his groin. I think he might have pulled his groin. Because he was on the stretch for that first touch. At least the Hearts Celtic players are having a laugh. We've been pushing Celtic, should be hammering us as our defence is all the fuck. True. But keep in mind, last year Celtic were still technically in a rebuild. We are still technically in the rebuilding phase of what a club is. This is what makes me so happy, because this isn't the final product. This is the rebuilding stage still in process right now. That's why I'm excited to see what we can do, see 2-3 years down the line when there's actual, like, holy shit, can we actually, compete in the Champions League? What I want to see Celtic get back to, in my opinion, is just being competitive in Europe. Realistically, I don't give a shit about winning knockout ties, just getting to the knockout ties in Europe I'd be okay with. Just being competitive. Rangers scored. That's pain. Well, there you go, 2-1 in that game. Well, that's the thing about it. I mean, if we're following the theme of how the games have gone, when Rangers equalised, so did we. So if they've scored by that law, credit where it's due, Rangers must be playing pretty good. Although my focus is quite squarely on this game here. We've got a throw in on our side. Bernabe's going to quickly take it. Giannelli looks like he's back out and running fine now, yeah. Colac? Colac is one of the players I actually do like. I think he should be our main fucking striker and not a sub. I prefer him much more over Morelos anyway, I'll say that. I'm happy for Gaz, but not for Rangers. Yeah, that's the sentiment we'll go with. Any like fan that's in this chat, fair enough to you. Anyone else? Oh, that's a great tackle for Hearts though, to be fair, and Forrest's soften away. Although he really should have done a bit better there, because he's just gave us so much time to close the ball down. That should be our ball. It is, yeah. Bernabe's, he's done really well since that moment where he's had like 2 or 3 kind of iffy challenges that could have been yellow card offences. He's tightened himself up quickly and he's done what's necessary. I like that. Moyes dinked it out towards Ralston, not. Quick shimmy and play straight back towards Carter Vickers. Alright, fuck this. I need to spark. Oh. How you doing, Margaret? You're a new name in the chat. It wouldn't bother me if Celtic wins as well. Nah, should have had it wrapped up. Well, speaking of that, O'Reilly's got it. Why is this the thing that we do? Why do you tend to square it like that? You put power on that cross, so even if it hits a Hearts body, there's a chance it goes straight. I just realised how clean that back heel pass for Jota was. It baffles me we signed him for under £6 million. Well, we do have a set piece on the outside. Well, I'd say about 25, between 25 and 30 yards. There was no way you'll get... Mate, even if the fucking gap was 3 points right now, I would still be completely comfortable. Support all teams in the SPFL. I'm not playing the Rangers. Good. I like that shit though. I'll be curious to see what happens with this one. Moyes got the in-swinger, goes towards the... Well, I thought it was going towards the back post, but the ball dipped way too quick there. O'Reilly's got it outside on the far corner. Ralston's going to cut the cross in, and Kyogo and the keeper will once again start a little race, but goalie beats him to it. Gives Kyogo the thumbs up, to be fair. I like that. They're having a laugh. This isn't a game where, like, if a Hearts player goes down, you can tell that they're trying to waste time. They're not. There's a lot of like pushing and shoving, but there's a lot of smiles in amongst it. Although Giannelli, for the second time, has gone down. It's just cut to him line. Yeah. You should probably be playing the guts theme for him right now because that's painful. Thing is, no matter if we win or lose, you know, still coming here for a good chat. Exactly that, mate. Football is football. If anyone makes more of it than what it is, then... Well, there's a few changes, apparently, for Hearts. There's 2 warming up. Although I think they've finally settled on who they're choosing. Although by the looks of it, it's one of their Japanese boys. Could be really wrong, and that could come off as really racist, but he looks like he's from Asia. And I think that's Halliday warming up as well. Interesting. Well, there we go. They're the changes that they've made. Okay, right, here we go. Hearts play it out for the back. Let's see what happens here. McGregor wins it back, gets closed down by about 3 or 4, but keeps himself in the play and wins it back. Fucking absolutely superb, big man. Honestly, he will put his life on the line to win a challenge, and he gets in front of that one as well, and it's headed forward for Jota, who heads it on for Kyogo. I think it's going to be called for offside, but it's going to be held up for now, and Jota has a good crack at it, but it's not going to find anyone worried about it, really. Nah, didn't exactly do much with that. I've got to say, it's a really good off-wing run for Jota though. He's fit as a butcher's dog. Just came on and started running. I've not even heard Moy's name mentioned. No, it's because he's playing as like the anchor. Usually that's McGregor's role, if that makes sense, but I think McGregor's kind of stepped up to do what Hatate does, you know, the quick, intricate passing side of things. They've dropped Moy in to be more of the central figure of the team. And then they've kind of got O'Reilly just playing as maybe like a ball-winning midfielder, I guess would be the term. Because he's not throwing himself forward, he's stepping back and then playing longer passes. Should have scored more than one. Kyogo had many on his own. Yeah, Kyogo's had 2 dead ball chances that I definitely think should have been a goal, and there's another good cross in, but it was always looping, and that's what I was just saying. O'Reilly just kind of hangs outside of the box rather than trying to rush it. But I think Hatate might be the change that we make. I mean, I don't know who's on the bench, but we don't care if we win, lose or draw. Exactly. But in fairness to Hearts, they've hung in there since the equaliser. They've had chances. I wouldn't say it's a 50-50 type of game, because we have been better. No problem at all, Mark. Stuff I will just get violent now. Ralston got it on the right. There might be one chance before the end of this half. I'm just kind of holding out hope. Slight deflection off that one, but O'Reilly does play it in behind. There's another bounce. It didn't look like it had a hand, although I think just for the sake of Solemn, they've just thrown their hands up just in case. McGregor's got it back, and just inside the Hearts' final third, Moy shifts it. Jota. Good play for them, and it's another good hit. This just came off the fucking post, you're kidding me? That did not look like a threatening shot when it came off. Either that took a major deflection or that ball took a wicked curve. Because I think it took a deflection because it just rattled the post. A belter. You've got to be fucked. Moy from the corner swings it in, punched away for the keeper and eventually headed away, and then an overhead kick. Oh my god. Anthony fucking Ralston. I repeat, Anthony Ralston just had an overhead kick opportunity and nearly scored. If that went in, I would have bust on up live on camera. I'm not even kidding. What the fuck was that? Oh, I see Jota's chance as well, yeah. What the fuck? We just had 2 absolute brilliant chances in the span of a minute and a half. Punches are put up off when you're 9, that's fun. Stuff I was going to play it back. And just headed on to the 48th minute right now. I'm not sure if that's a... Should probably be another minute or two for the injuries added on. I remember when Dundee United weren't bad, that happened to them a bit of shame to decline. It's the same as Aberdeen. I mean, they used to be playing in like what you would the Europa League equivalent and all that stuff way back in the 80s. I mean, Dundee United's still one of the few teams that have never lost to Barcelona. Go give yourself a heart attack? Nah. I'm more than content, so. Thought Celtic was going to smash Hearts. Well, we have played better than Hearts, but I wouldn't say we were going to smash them. I'm kind of slightly disappointed by Kyogo. He's the only player that I'd say is performing way below what his normal standard is. But again, it's just because of the type of physical defence Hearts impose on it. It makes him hard. Well, makes it harder for him to get into those spaces to make chances, which is fair. It's totally fine, but makes it difficult, obviously. But I give you a reminder, if you're new here, do that thing. That would help. That'd be nice. I started today's stream on 533. So I'm curious to see how many we can push for today. We've already hit our month goal of the month thing, which was like 500, but we've already had it. So, but any help's appreciated. I think this will be the last chance before half time's given. We've been going on for a fair amount of time now, just going on 5 added minutes, headed clearance away. We'll keep the chase on, and that could work actually. It's one back, stole away for Hearts though. It should be a foul for us. They don't. 2 of the Celtic players are down and injured. But the referee took one look at that and went, fuck, here's a chance. They've got it forward and Hearts can do something with this. Good show. Well, Hearts do have a half chance fair out the back, but it's not going to do much, and it's spread forward towards Abada. Chases on, go on Sunday, work your magic for the love of fuck. Instead opts to cast the shittest spell I've ever seen, throws the worst pass I've ever seen, and it's easily cleared, although Ralston once again shows how fucking absolutely stacked he is by winning that header, and Carter Vickers comes up to follow suit. Livingston beating Dundee United 1-0. Well, yeah, that tells you everything you need to know. But they have... I think they're holding up play. It should be half time relatively soon. Nielsen's raging. Pop him. Somebody said dementia bunches. What the fuck? Interesting. My mates and he will not be happy. I mean, Aberdeen was pulled this season, but we were on a losing streak and we came with 1-1 to Livingston and 3-1 to Dundee United. Oh yeah. Half of Celtic could be they're bleeding and the ref would still let play on. Again, it's just the physicality of this league, although both of them did kind of like stay on the deck, but it is officially half time here, so we'll give you, what are the stats for this? 5 shots, 1 on target, so we have cheesed them by scoring only shot on target, although I will say the 2 chances Kyogo had really shouldn't have missed, but I'm curious to see what the half-time scores in the other games are. Well, it's 2-1 between Hibs and Rangers. No surprises there really, and Livingston are 1-0 up against Dundee. What are the stats in this? I was going to say maybe Hibs have put a bit of a fight in, but I just very clearly realised that it's one of those games. Fair enough. Man, Conor Golson's proven he can do everything this season, man. Defender, goalkeeper, now goal scorer. Interesting. But the half-time scoreline here is a bit more straightforward. The stats don't really give the game too much justice. We'd be much the better team. Don't Celtic play Hearts this weekend as well? Yeah, we do. We play them in the league. We play them in the cup, the 5th round. Not the 5th round, the 6th quarterfinals. I'll also be streaming that game for those that are curious. We should be winning anyway. Nice goal for Joe. Well, again, I haven't seen any of the highlights for those games. you hate Goldson. I think a lot of people hate Goldson, mainly just for the fact that he's English. I mean, to me, that's more than a justifiable reason. You know what I mean? Nielsen's Raging Hearts had said that so many times, I thought that was his double-barreled name. To be fair, what would, like, Robbie, because there's not really any angry words that you can put for, like, N, could you? No, actually, Robbie Nippy Nielsen. That would be his name, wouldn't it? Just constant. What do you mean? You fucking shut it, mate. Just back in your dressing room and sit there with your bald ass head. I'll be on here as always, mate. Well, there you go. I appreciate that. First half, we always let them think that they're on a level, and then the second half, we go up another level and surprise them. Well, maybe that's what we're planning to do. Like, make them feel like they have a chance and then, like, flatten line them. What I want to happen is that we go, like, 5, 6, 7 to the good, but it's not going to happen. Nielsen was born raging, yeah. I think he was born with his eyebrows just constantly pointed down in pure angle, you know what I mean? Like, fair enough, I guess. Fair enough. Well, we've had a pretty solid time of things. We've had the better chances. Again, Hearts have only really had the one or maybe two, I would say. But the chances that we have had, we should have put away at least one of the other ones. I can understand Jota hitting the post because it was a really good whip shot for about 30 yards out. You can get that. But Kyogo really shouldn't have missed the two chances that he did. It just didn't make fucking sense to me. Oop, and at least I could spot this without worrying. I'll play him because he's a shit defender and I can't believe people think he's good. I'd say he's a good defender. Maybe not a good player, but a good defender. Aye, he's good in the air for what I've seen. Never say never, exactly like Mark. We will be fine, like I said. Like, I'm not going to worry about it until it's like the 95th minute and we're 2-0 down or 3-1 down or something. You know what I mean? Well, I think it isn't looking too bad now. Have Celtic win the other to a draw. Well, I mean, yeah, if Dundee wake up in the second half against Livy, then by all means things can happen, but it's the same way, obviously, Hibs as well, although, again, I just looked at the stats for that. By the looks of it, it's mostly Rangers controlled. But then again, Rangers need to win every game for now to the end of the season to even have a chance of winning the title, so they're playing out of their skin right now. Free the weed, exactly that. How else do I get stream games without losing my shit? We can do a few, we're at 540. So we can hit 550 by the end of the stream. I'd say that, I'd call that a monumental success actually. We've got so many people in here for literally half-time team talk that I don't even know how to talk about because realistically there's not much to say. Hearts have had chances, they've done okay, but I think Hearts can play better. I don't know what you're saying, Deanna, but I appreciate the comment. I see Celtic, so hopefully it's good. 95th minute, and comes Ralston. You know what? That is the perfect way for Ralston to come back into the team, isn't it? Like, pull off a belter of a pass to put someone in where, like, put Kyogo in for his assist, and then in the 95th minute to just head off behind halfway line header. You know what I mean? We'll just fucking straight into the top corner, no questions asked. You know what I mean? How long until we change Hearts' name to the Huns and Rangers to the wee Huns? Well, there's many names that we call many teams in this country, but, you know, they all rhyme with it. I'll be back for the second half, taking Sicky out for a shit. Wish me luck. I just clocked that skull. Best of luck. I think will be like Kyogo my offouts now. Everyone else out here. No, I don't think Kyogo has played well. It's just the chances that he's missed that you've kind of gone like, you're a striker, dude. That's literally your one fucking job. All he needs to do is basically just like iron out the fine details and he'll be okay. But if not, again, if we go to who would be good changes to make? I'm not sure. I mean, obviously the first one would probably be for, you know, for Kyogo. That would be the one that makes sense. But I think maybe as the half drags on, bring on Hatate for maybe Moy or O'Reilly, depending on who's more tired. I think that would be the more reasonable thing to do. Celtic has a great amount of players, and we'll be lucky to have a team for. Well, that's the thing. Rangers have done a lot of loans and kind of off-handed transfers, but Beale wants to get rid of a lot of the deadwood, which you can respect because a lot of them are on unjustifiably good wages for substandard play. I think that's the thing that Celtic have done better, though, is the fact that when we've done recruitment, it's not really been a case of pick a player that's got good, history as a player, that's in his mid-30s, and then just bring them in and hope they play well. You know what I mean? We're actually looking to different leagues where they're not, young, but they're in that stage where they're getting to their prime. I mean, we brought in Kyogo at 25, 26. I mean, maybe a bit older than that, but like players off the top of my head, like Atati and all that, they're incredibly good for their age, and that's what makes them work, because they're literally hitting the peak of their form right as we sign them, basically. So we're getting the best out of them, and that means when we sell them on, we're making a solid amount of profit because they've played at a good club in continental competition, but they've also got pedigree as Champions League material players, but also always league champions. And we've seen it a few times this season already where they've put in good performances that, Atati's been constantly called out as a player that's going to leave in the summer just based on how good his skill play is. But if you sit down and watch Atati, you realise how well he gels is because of how good the team is. Liska Skabanovic was totally a player with a football in mind. Lobo-esque at times, big statement. I just want to see class in the boy. Well, to be fair, Haskabanovic is a different type of winger, which is probably why he doesn't get as much game time. Because again, Maeda's your fast, overlapping winger that can get in behind. Jota is your one-on-one dribbler that can kind of push and weave and force defenders to close themselves in. But Haskabanovic doesn't really have an identity how he plays. He's just more or less like a classic jack of all trades, master of none type player. And I love Haskabanovic. I think he does the basics perfectly, and that's what we need. Just a player that can sit in as a second or a third choice winger on either end. But when he does come on, he's not going to panic or worry. It's not like a Mikey Johnston where you're like, fuck, is he going to be a firework or a bomb? Like, is he going to sparkle and shine, or is he just going to implode and fail? Right, Celtic don't really need to change anything at all. We do need to make changes. Again, we're drawing right now against Hearts. If Celtic were playing at our best, we wouldn't be drawing against Hearts. Well, I've said it time and time again, we need just a stronger goalkeeper to give Heart counteracting competition. Maybe right now a new left back. Just obviously because it'd be nice to develop some better players in that kind of position anyway. But there's not really many, again, places that we'd kind of have to worry about, unless obviously it's a replacement situation, which is probably what's going to happen for Celtic over the next season or two. It won't be bringing in players to just for the sake of bringing in a player. It will be more or less for the sake of the fact that we're replacing a player that's been sold for good amounts of money. Like I said, players like Atati, players like Gukamakis. When we sell Gukamakis, we bring in O, and everyone already loves O in the way he plays. So that tells you everything you need to know about what Postecoglou wants out the team. He wants an identity to us, not just this. Celtic are that team in Europe that has the occasional shocking result, and that's it. He wants us to be this standing team that has a actual reason to fucking fight him. So far, that at least in this season, since that St Mirren loss, I've not seen a single player's head drop. Like we've had moments for every player, but then again, no player's going to be perfect out at the end of the season. And if they were the perfect player, they wouldn't be playing for us. They'd be playing for Real Madrid or Liverpool or one of the top teams. But we've got top caliber players, or at least the potential to bring them through. And that's why I think a lot of our team works, because they're sitting in their mid-20s and kind of late 20s at the best, and they work off each other. Because again, if you're all in your prime, then you'll learn something for each other and use that to adapt. And I think that's one big thing with Atati. He's came in and just adapted to playing whatever role suits him. So in that sense, Kyogo was more comfortable to just develop as a solo striker because he wasn't dropping in to cover space, and players like Jota can just free play on the wing. Kyogo's in the headlines after the 2 goals in the final in the chip last season. Yeah, like, he's one of those players, Kyogo, that like when he plays brilliantly, he's so he's just irrepressible. He's fantastic to watch. But then there's games like this where you're like, bro, you really should be able to score a tap in. there'll be a big money offers for a lot of your players. Well, we thought that about Juranovic. I mean, we were all convinced that we were getting at least 20 million for him, and then he fucked off for less than 9. Like, yeah, sure, it goes up to like 11 million with add-ons, but again, apparently, according to the transfer value, he was worth about 20 million, and we sold him for half that. Gukimakis, we thought we'd get maybe 8-9 million out of, and got half of that off him. So there is iffy bits of business still here and there, but that's something that's, you know, it's a teething problem when you're rebuilding. You're going to make signings that aren't going to stick or aren't going to blend in with the team the way you hope. So it's just about finding the right characters, and Rangers need to do the same. Any team in the SPFL needs to do the same. You can't win the league if your team doesn't get along. It's as simple as that. And Rangers, they have too many egos in their team right now. You've got too many Kent and Sakala-like players where it's all about flair and flash and being the best version of yourself, and not so much putting your head down and playing for the team. Like, you know, you go to our fucking team, immediately off the top of my head, Aaron Moy, Hatate, even at Wata when he comes on, they're all players that just immediately hit the ground and go. But the players are coming out for the second half, I think. Well, they are warmed up and vibing. McGregor's doing his stretches, so I'm just going to give us a little refresh to make sure I've not missed anything. Get a little draw this before we go. But if you need to go to the toilet or get yourself a cup of tea or anything, now would be the last chance for you to do so before we're underway and unravelling. But there's the table as it stands. There's a 7-point deficit unless, obviously, Hearts put one on the board or we put one on the board. But as things stand, it's a slightly more interesting league table, but nothing too bad. But it's a bench that's daunting for the first team. Yeah, squad depth is everything in football because of the sheer, like, fixtureless congestion. Well, I think there's 4 players at Celtic that all together Celtic could get 80 to 100 million for. Yeah, I mean, off the top of my head, you've got Jota, I would say 15 to 25 million right out the gate. Easily. Carter Vickers, that's a £10 million player. Go to the, I mean, Starfelt's maybe a £45 million defender, but players like Taylor are probably going to be worth at least a dozen million. So if you add up the team, yeah, no matter what, there's profit to be had. But I don't want to know. Realistically, I would rather have our best players play for us, you know what I mean? Kind of defeats the point in being a rebuild if all you're doing is constantly rebuilding. Otherwise, you might as well just call yourself a rebuilding team, which Celtic can't be. Not if you're wanting to be a Champions League mainstay team, which is what Postecoglou was signed to bring to us. You know, it's not just about league play, it's about how we play continentally, and obviously that season wasn't ideal to begin with, but we're seeing very quick and solid progress. In case he wipes his whole contract, yeah, contract agents are assholes, definitely. Hearts are going to get us underway very soon. Kyogo you get 25 million for. Yeah, I mean, Kyogo and Hatate, both of them you'd get about 60 million all in for, if you were doing business right. But we have officially got underway here, so focus up. Abada's got it early on, he'll shift it from Riley straight away to Moy. I don't think there's any changes, I'll actually give this one last check to make sure I haven't missed anything. Yeah, no, it's the same teams and lineups before the half ended. There we go. Right, Starfelt's got it out from the back. Let's see what he decides to do at this time. Shimmy's at a cross. Joe Hart's got it, and he'll try and extend it out from the back. Carter Vickers. Good. Ralston tries it with a quick over the top, and Abada's on the chase. Doesn't get there though, and it's going to be played very quickly forward. Carter Vickers stabs it away. And again, bounces up to Carter Vickers, and again, stabs it away. I felt like I was going to say it for a third time there, but instead Abada just takes his man down and it's a foul. A wee quick goal to settle the nerves. I would love nothing more, Mark. That would be perfect for us. That's why I say Celtic will make double or treble, but they pay out back. Well, that's the thing, it's high risk, high reward. Because if you get a player that lands on their feet and plays well, you're guaranteed about triple profit. Especially if you bring them in for a Japanese or, you know, kind of low-level league, I guess you would call them. I wouldn't call Japanese football low-level because they play very fast, they're very stamina-based. But in Scotland, it's more about physical play. Oh, Starfelt tried to take the ball down there, but he couldn't really do too much to keep it under control. It's going to be a throw in for Hearts inside of our final third. It's weird because Hearts' team is a mix and match. I mean, there's players that I vaguely recognise, like Devlin for Hamilton, or at least when he played for Hamilton, that's how I know him. Like, Hearts have got a good mesh of players for different places and like championship level players, and there's a good cross, but I think it, yeah, I thought it took a deflection, but it was just a wild swing at it. Hart plays it out quickly to Ralston. Moyes got it, gets closed down by 2, but still holds it up brilliantly. Quick play in from McGregor. Stole away. Good. Oh, really good initial play across. Doesn't find anyone though. McGregor, Carter Vickers outside wide. Starfelt will have to shift it. Does Bernabe. Good initial play inside. Has the right idea. McGregor has a quick 1-2 with the bald magician that is Aaron Moy. Although one thing I've immediately noticed is Moy is a lot more posted up that kind of pitch now. Please score Kyogo. Yeah, I'm feeling that sentiment, Shane. I would love to see Kyogo score, because if he does, everyone else in the team just has a morality boost. Because if Kyogo's smiling, no one on earth isn't. Carter Vickers has it out wide though, to Ralston, who just has a 1-2 exchange. Carter Vickers has been involved a lot in the opening 3 or 4 minutes. He's had more touches than any other Celtic player, and that's a guarantee. Bernabe tries to play a kind of deft ball in behind for O'Reilly, but he just kind of gets cut out by Hill. It's out for a throw-in or a foul, I'm not quite sure. I think it's a foul. And it is. Jaw's going to take it quickly for Bernabe. We'll try and kind of brace out for the back. I'm just amazed that Rangers have never thought about going to Japan or South America for that players we've lost in a lot of them. You have done that, but the thing is, the players that you've brought in, like Ravi Matondo and like Morelos, aren't really, you know, they're scouted for South American systems, but you need to look in the actual nations of play. Because again, Japanese football's been developing for the past, what, 20-30 years now, I'd say. So even if it's not a league that's necessarily in its older years, I would say, if you think about it, the Premier League isn't much more than 32, 3 years old. I'm not quite sure of the math there, but it hasn't been a league for long. Because if you're over the age of 40, you'll remember a thing called the First Division. That's the thing, football's become a bit more of a weird sport, because it used to be just thingy your... If Kyogo's smiling, the zombies are green. Exactly. We just need to kind of hope that's this scenario today. Of course, they are playing in that other game now, but I'm pretty sure chat will keep me updated on what's going on in that game. I'll check periodically every maybe 25 minutes or so just to see. But Hart's going to play it very quickly out wide. Carter Vickers to Ralston. Anyone score for Celtic, you just want to be leading and eventually win this, but I'd like Kyogo, but happy with anyone. Now, I mean, I'd take it if Joe Hart fucking smacked one in for anywhere, to be fair, fucking honest. A win's a win, that's the way I'm looking at it. We came out and started the second half as we ended the first. The pressure's definitely all on our side right now. But we just need 1 or 2 runs to work out, and as I say that, it's a good ball for Ralston. He's done that 1 or 2 times already. But very clean play for the right back. I'm not sure who that is, to be fair. I've totally forgot his name, it's just evaporated from memory. Although here's Jota. Abada, Moyes inside, he's still got it under control. He's just hacked the shot though. I'm pretty sure it did take a deflection. That could have been something there. I remember the First Division. That was crazy. I respect the comeback. There you go. Moyes going to swing it in from the corner. Let's see what he does with this. Something nice. Oh, he does get it into Carter Vickers. He's won on yet another header, but wasn't really going to do anything. It wasn't going to phase the Hearts goalkeeper at all, actually. Right contact, just not the right accuracy. Can't shut it about safe goal. Well, you need to remember he is a Rangers fan. It's part of our trait. But again, it's because they're in the other game right now as well, to be fair, so. Well, he's got it. Fucking really good touch, man. He was closed by about 3 or 4 shots in blue there. But a long ball follow for Bernabe's not going to find anyone, and the goalkeeper can just kind of pick it up and go again. I feel like if we're going to make changes, they'll probably happen around 5 or 10 minutes for now, at least the first. But if Kyogo doesn't do something in the next, I'd say 10 or 15 minutes, I don't think he's going to stay on the pitch to the end of the game. Bernabe's lost out that header, but it should be a Celtic throw-in, and it is. If Ralston puts some in nice crosses, we could do with those presence in the box. Well, that's the thing. Ralston has been putting in some of the best passes of the match so far. I mean, he put the initial pass into Kyogo that got the goal for Celtic's first opener. Because without that pass for Ralston, it wouldn't have got to Kyogo to square it to Maeda. So he's that's definitely got to be a foul. O'Reilly's just been plonked onto the ground by Devlin. I think he's going to be pulled up for a yellow, which he will. That's not very nice. Oh fucking hell, Devlin's arguing with him. Should just give him the yellow and move on. Oh well. 60-minute musical chairs. Oh. And to be fair, I thought it was just a nudge. It was a two-handed shove. There a bit of Jota. Nice, Starfield. Don't fucking do that. My god, he has at least one moment every like 30 minutes on average where he just looks slower than the ball's going. Carter Vickers does eventually just kind of spindle it clear, and Starfield again just calmly plays it back towards Hart. That's a slightly loose pass for Hart, but Vickers just adjusts his step to get it under control. Let's see what he does with this. Takes it back to Hart. We're literally just playing 1-2s with the goalkeeper right now. Starfield takes one step forward, plays it in for Bernabe. Fucking awful pass, and that really just isn't ideal at all. I used to coach in Japan, yeah. But OGs remember Postecoglou for the Gold Cup in 2015. Australia's first piece of international silverware. 3-1. Well, yeah, I figured based on the stats of that game that Hibs weren't exactly going to hold out very well. That game's going to end about 5-1 now. You can see that coming, but we just need to get one across the line in this one. Both the Hearts and Celtic players having a dig at the referee there. Both of them just wanted to play on. Although I think, did they call that for offside? Nah, they did afterwards. That's insane. That's why we go all for them. But Rangers might realise the potential and start getting them. Maybe, but again, there's no pressure as it stands right now. You've still got around 35 minutes for us to just piece together one solid chance. Like the odd for Hearts is 17 or something too, so tell me I'm a win 2k if they will win. Well, mate, if they win, fair enough to you. But unfortunately, that probably fucking better not happen actually. Celtic better win. No, Rangers players don't. Have Rangers had a Japanese player in the last few years? Like, at all? Have they even had a Japanese player? I can't think out the top of my head. He's just doing this to noise now. Well, they don't have much to smell about this season. You might as well let him get it. I'm pretty sure he knew you were joking, Sandwich. Well, let's see what happens here. Grant's going to swing this one on. Headed clear. A good initial first touch, actually, for the Hearts player, but eventually it's kind of spun away for the Celtic defence, and Oda puts a foot in to keep us from breaking away there, although we've been asked to retake the throw for some reason. Interesting. I mean, going to league and getting our top stars, not a big league, but crazy potential. Yeah, you need to know what you're looking for. Like, oh fuck, hold on, Jota's in here. Quick ball across, it's just a tad bit underpowered, and Celic again, he's done that a few times this half already. Cut the cross out. Jota's got it on the far left though. Aaron Moy tries to hang it. Just kind of keep him under pressure now. Abada goes forward, it's in behind. Ralston. One of the wilder crosses, I'll say. This isn't good. I've seen much worse. Again, I've seen us be equal in games and play a lot less good, so I'm not worried as it stands right now. We've been okay. The only thing is we still have a chance for is the Scottish Cup. Yeah, and realistically, if you run into Celtic before that, you're not in a good position. Good throw forward for Civic. It's going to be headed up by Bernard Bates. Gallard. Oh, fucking great feet, O'Reilly, to be fair. Brilliant for the big man. Played across, and Ralston. Again, that's another really good pass. He is definitely spreading the play superbly, and he's just skipped past. Is he turned into fucking Messi or something? What is going on? And then he just pings another 35, 6. What the fuck is this? Has Ralston just injected himself with like Brazilian blood or something? Because that was fucking incredible. He just 1-2'd it with like half the team and then stepped to the side, punted it long, like bruh. That's my right back. Let's go. Jota's got it. Plays it in behind quickly for Moy to chase, and he does take it down, but he doesn't take the shot. Rangers signed the first Japanese player in the early 90s. Oh, there you go. It's bald against snowing. I mean, it's not snowing in this area, but it was sleeting a little bit earlier on. Squeaky bomb time's not quite arrived yet. Exactly. We've still got about 10. Well, I mean, it's the 60th minute now, so I'd say about 10 minutes before you start kind of going. Whoop. Happy days, exactly. We've got time to rally off and do what's necessary. We keep them under pressure for long enough, and eventually they're bound to crack. Because Hearts are starting to open up their space slightly, more and more and more each time round. So as long as we just kind of keep that on them, we'll be okay. Good initial pass, deflected, although Hearts do win it back off the header. Although Jota has stuck a leg in at the perfect angle to win that back, and we do have a break on here. Aaron Moy has time, plays it in for Kyogo. Kyogo makes it 2-1. He finally gets his fucking finish. Let's go, wee man. And it stems from some brilliant counter-attacking football. The place blows up into a fucking sea of green and white noise, and I'll tell you what, that is the hardest chance he's had this game. And it's the one he scores. Boys. Yes. Fucking yes, wee man. Happy fucking days. With half an hour left on this game, again, brilliant play from Jota to win that ball back. Moy plays a perfect pass in, and Kyogo this time doesn't fuck around. Does not take a stupid touch where he doesn't need to. Just puts his head down, swings his left foot through it like the fucking... just like the hammer of Thor, really. And it just fucking slams right into the back of that net, man. Tell you what, man. We needed that. We've kicked off. There's no necessary VAR checks. Everyone's happy in life. We will take it. 2-1 in this game. We've officially got our lead back. Good old-fashioned reverse sweep of the scoreline against Hearts. We'll take that any day of the week. Fan-fucking-tastic. Everyone's put on. I love that. The wee dancing emoji as well. Oh, Bernabe's played it back to Starfelt. Well, if Hearts want something out of this game, they're going to need to come out of their shells now. The pressure's on them. Carter Vickers. And I tell you what, both of our goals have stemmed for the same thing. Just winning the ball back in midfield and playing it through them. Not trying to be too clever. That's the thing. Some teams in Scotland will try and make you do the intricate, complicated Travella outside of the boot passes, inside of the box or whatever, but no. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just play it right through them and force them to step back. And that's exactly what Moy did with that pass. Right into the space where Kyogo needed it, honestly. Fan-fucking-tabulous. Speaking of Moy's got it in here, good pass. I'm pretty sure that's Moy's 10th assist of the season as well, by the way, for those that are curious. The boy's been involved 16 times apparently, so I think it's 10 assists and 6 goals for him this season. Ball's played out for the back. Bernabe's posted up in the final third for us now. The Shogun Assassin, that is a perfect thing to call him actually. Oh, that's another perfect ball. Abada plays it across. It's just a shit. Oh, Abada. You fucking fool. He really should have scored that. He really should have scored that, man. Kyogo had so much time and space. If Abada wasn't just... If he looked up there, that's an easy pass in and it's 3-1. Although people are saying 4-1, well, 4-1 between Rangers and Hibs. In Japan, we've never had a player from. Well, maybe it's a place to look. You've got the South Korean leagues and all that as well, to be fair. But then again, even in Europe, there's the Nordic leagues. Like, I mean, Norway have some good players for like Bodø Glimt and stuff like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I play a lot of FM, so I know a lot of really pointless players. But there's players like in Heim, who play for Bodø Glimt, who are like really young, like have contract clauses, and they've been both incredible. How you doing, Owen? Nice to see you. Rangers will be world class. The final scored more than us in a game. Not. Nah, I mean, at the end of the day, Rangers have to win. We just have to keep our pace and do what's necessary, and that's exactly what we've done. I still think we are... No matter how we win on our defence is pish. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, all you can do is win games. That's how you win titles. It's not about how you do it, it's just that you do it. The boys need to get scoring, we can't let Rangers get away with a goal difference. I mean, let's have a look, let's see if we should panic. I don't think we do. For those that aren't good with math, that's a goal difference of 26. 26. We're fucking poggers at attacking, man. We just need to tighten up a little bit at the defensive side of things, and honestly, we will do damage. Not just in this league, but in Europe in general. Well, I'll give you a quick reminder, we're trying to do this thing for anyone that's new, so please subscribe if you opt to, that'd be lovely. We're trying to hit 550 in this stream today. I haven't checked and I'll check at the end of the full time, but if we hit that then bellissimo. We have to win too, it's only 3 games and those pricks keep getting VAR decisions to keep them in the hunt. True, but then again we've had every VAR decision mostly go against us and we're still 9 points clear, so... But these are some of the harder games we're getting out of the way now. If we get to the end of realistically the end of this month without dropping a single point, we don't need to worry about the league at all. The ball's bouncing around though, Moy's got it, it's going to bounce out wide. Ralston tries to get it. I wish Kobayashi would get a game. Just not the attitude. My attitude is positive. I think we're clean. We just need to keep our mentality up realistically. Oh, that's high pressure. How did we not win that back? There was 3 surrounding that Hotspur and he still managed to shimmy it clear, and Carter Vickers got caught out by that one but manages to step off. Still feels sort of shite. Yeah, I mean, this would have been the type of game to play Kobayashi. Like, if you're experimenting with Bernabe and Ralston again, why not give Kobayashi a start? He's a solid player. But wait, are they playing a 5-4-1 now? That wouldn't really surprise me. Let's see. Apparently still a 3, although for what I'm seeing, they're still doing the 3 at the back and then just bringing one of their midfielders to drop into cover that 4. A lot of Hearts play right now is relying on the inside of the wings, like the inside overlaps, and it's just not working for them. Ralston out wide. Aaron Moy's going to try and play it in. Opts not to though. Carter Vickers plays it right back to him. Deflects and O'Reilly's got it out wide. Smart ball for Ralston, but Moy just a little bit delayed it. I like Starfelt. His record with Carter Vickers is unreal. Yeah, but that's because he's got Carter Vickers there. Realistically, you could put me beside Carter Vickers and there's a higher chance of a clean sheet. I say that sarcastically. Starfelt would absolutely annihilate me in terms of defence, but you get what I'm saying. Like, if you put Kobayashi in there, who's a stronger, more physical, younger, faster version of Starfelt, who do you think's going to be better? Is there a Gucci away? I am not sure. It'd be very hard for me to say. He's definitely not on the bench or anything. Not for my knowledge. Nope. This is the bench. Although, realistically, what I'd like to see, Kobayashi, Awata, Hatati. Bring them on. Maybe Turnbull. If we're 3-1 ups, just so we have, you know, a little bit of extra pressure off us, essentially. Just doing all the necessary things. Sorry about the clicking that you were hearing that. Ball's been played back towards the Hearts goalkeeper, and Kyogo will put a bit of pressure on, but won't chase it all the way. Knows that he's not going to get there, even if he had the fucking running powder Usain Bolt strapped to a fucking 12-litre V8. Civic's going to play it across and try and put the pressure on for Hills, but it's stole away. And Bernabe, once again, by the way, he has used his physicality fantastically. Ball over the top for O'Reilly. What's he going to do with this? He's going to try and hold it up. Does really well to do so. Back across for Big Ralston. And towards Abada, good feet, but again, his passing is just loose. I think Abada needs to be the next change. He's not done a lot. Ralston's got it from the back, though it's spun up. There is awkwardness there, but it's not really going to do much there. Leiden's, thank you very much, Owen. I appreciate it. Fuck, the man came up beautiful into that comment. Starfelt, Carter Vickers and Kobe. Well, I mean, that's the thing. We could experiment with 3 at the back as well and just see what happens. But our formation relies on, obviously, having overlapping fullbacks. So it would make sense. Not unless he's willing to train Kobayashi as like a left back or something, which again would be interesting to see, but for one of the Mongols, yeah, heads are shit, but I'm wishing them 5 goals in 15. Well, nah. I'm not really too surprised, although Hatati is officially on the pitch for O'Reilly, and Kyogo got his goal, so I'm happy with that. I'm not going to complain, but he's coming off for O as well, I believe. And Haskabanovic will be the last change, and it better be for Abada, because if I see Jota walk off that pitch, good. So there are your changes. Some good changes as well. I just realised I'm not on the stats thing. That's cringe, my bad. But we scored both our shots on target. Good, she's on loan in Japan. Oh, well, there we go. That might have just slipped under my radar. But then again, he's not a player I really focus on. Kobayashi is an unknown as well yet. Centre halves always get abused because their mistakes are often costly. Carter Vickers is flawless and makes. But that's the thing. Like, Starfelt's not a bad defender. I've said it time and time again, but he's a player that you can't rely on a first touch, which in Celtic's like setup isn't a bad thing, because again, if you've got fullbacks that can take the ball down with their chest or, you know, have good control, you don't need to worry about that. But there's just been times where Starfelt looks like he doesn't know what the correct move to do instantly is. Meanwhile, if you pass the ball to Carter Vickers, he's already like picked out 5 or 6 different options. Like, Starfelt is like a minimalistic specialist. He does the basics fantastically, but ask him to do anything advanced and he'd look at you like you're insane. That's why Carter Vickers is there. But, oh shit, Atati's got it on the outside of the box and immediately he's shimmying and shifting, tries to play the ball in behind, but that was the right idea for Atati. I think they must have, Postecoglou must have been talking about it, talking with Owen and Hatati before they came on, saying, look, both of yous link up together. Ralston's just bundled his man over, understandably, so he wasn't getting to the ball and he was going to get past very easily there, so. Jota's been shifted out to the right for those that are curious. Haskabanovic is on the left. Obviously, Atati's just slipped into do his natural position and coverage. And goes on for Kyogo. That was the last one. Don't think we place a higher dollar value in Carter Vickers as we should. The boy is rock solid. Would be gutted to lose him. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, Carter Vickers is a player that's solid, but a lot of people just see him as the flop for Spurs. But that's the thing. Spurs at the time had two of the best centre-backs in the world in Vertonghen and Alderweireld. And obviously the centre-backs they have right now aren't bad either. So Carter Vickers isn't a world-class talent or anything like that, but he's a player that if he's in the right team, he will play fantastically. And that's what's happened there. Jota was offside in that run. I was going to say if he carried that on, it would have been called. It's like he has a rubber ankle sometimes. Sakala. Well, yeah, if you're talking about Starfelt, Stephen, then you're spot on. Carter Vickers is like your solid Iron Man, you know what I mean? He'll just stand and do what's necessary, but then you've got fucking Starfelt that's good in the air, but not so much with the ball at his feet, which is fine because you need a defender that's physical. But Kobayashi's that type of player too. That's my argument. I just want to see the guy get minutes. I don't want to see him start over Starfelt. I just want to see him get minutes. Oh shit, there's a chance though. Oh, gets floored, but I think it was a fair challenge again by that Celic fellow. That guy has been involved in every single conceivable fucking fabric of play. At least from Hearts' point of view. And it's again, Haskabanovic wins it back and plays a really clever ball in for O, but just some really clever defending. He does win the ball. I think Maeda's injury is bad. No, because he was still running around after he scored. That's why I know it's not like a ripped muscle or a broken bone or anything like that. My guess, based on his face that he's made, was a pulled hamstring. That or like a bruised thigh or something. It's not going to be anything that keeps him out for ages. It might keep him out of the final at the weekend, but that would be the extent of it. And just ruthlessly guess will introduce Kobayashi when the time is right. He'll want him ready for the Champions League next year. Exactly. It's about readying them for the right situation. So you'll see more of Kobayashi as the season drags on. What I hope to see is him starting the cup matches, at least. Starfelt is class, get a grip, quality defender, easily the second best in Scotland after Carter Vickers. I wouldn't say that. I'd say there's at least 2 or 3 defenders in Scotland off the top of my head that are better. Starfelt's a solid all-rounder, but again, it was like when people shat on Sviatchenko when he played for us. A lot of people like him, a lot of people don't. I'm in the like him camp, but I don't think he's as good as people that think he's good as. Because that play right there just summed it up. Starfelt's a good cover player, but Carter Vickers is the one that steps out first every single time, and that's the difference. But then again, it all just comes down to experience, and Carter Vickers just has a bit more of it, that's all. If you give Starfelt another year or two to develop, then yeah, the chances are he would be another version of Carter Vickers. But then what would have been the point in bringing in Kobayashi? No one really knows, but I'm going to shut up and just focus on this because Hearts are putting on pressure. Although as soon as I say that, we'd win it back. Carter Vickers has got it. Quick shift to Starfelt. Let's see what he's going to do with this. Rolls it out towards Bernabé and see what he can... That was a lovely pass, actually. And Atati's kept under control. Fantastic wee man. Honest to fuck, man. The ball's like glue. It's genuinely like glue at his feet. Jumped over a man and kept the ball at his feet while he was in the other. That was insane. And he's just... Oh my fucking god, Atati, man. Done it again. I'm convinced he has some sticky substance on his boots. There's a ball forward. Oh, Jota couldn't get there. That could have been 3. It's chunked down with snow in Edinburgh. Oof. That would have been nice. Celtic's second team is going for a second goal, basically. Starfelt was on the wrong side of the defence. He's better than Carter Vickers said. Well, yeah, that's the thing as well. Naturally, if you're left-footed, you'll be more comfortable as a left centre-back. Which I'm pretty sure... What is Kobayashi? Is he right or left-footed? I couldn't tell you, but I think he's right-footed. Celtic to win the game. I like that confidence, David. I'm very much in the same boat. Hearts haven't really done much this half in comparison to what they did in the first. Although that's not to say that this game's over and done with. Whenever there's only one goal in it, anything can really happen. But good press forward, and this is what I'm talking about. Hearts do fire a good cross in, and it didn't get near a man, but it hit the side of the net. Interesting, that one. I'm pretty sure, was that the number 3? Was that one of Hearts' changes, Kingsley? Oh, there we go. There it is. Loose pass from McGregor there, and Hearts can come forward. They've got 2 or 3 bodies, can do something here. Never beat them as a team as a pairing. No, understandable. But then again, I would just simply say Champions League. You need to do it on that stage as well. So you're going to jinx yourself. I'm not jinxing myself in the slightest. I have sat here when we were losing to St Mirren and said we were going to win the game comfortably, and we proceeded to do so. There's a difference between cockiness and confidence. I have confidence. I said 1-0 down, we would do what we did last match, score early, and then we come back in the second half, yeah. We've definitely got one more goal in us, based on the way we're playing right now though, because most of the attacking is coming from our players and our pressure. Hearts are just looking to do quick counters now. That's their entire game plan, sit back and fast counter, because the players that we've brought on off the bench are all attacking looking players. If you thought about it, none of them have been defenders. So that tells me that Postecoglou wants to put this game to bed, because obviously he just doesn't want to risk the chance of a last minute equaliser, because again, that just tends to happen, at least in Scottish football, where it doesn't matter what the stats are, one chance can change a game. However, not fussed by that so far, because they haven't given me any reason to worry. Ralston's got it, and he's kind of stepped into that midfield area, plays it across, Starfelt, quick shift, Bernabet, who's had a very solid game, by the way. We'll be going for the Champions League as well. I'm not sure how we'll do in the Champions. That's a lost pass. But what I'm hoping for is at least a couple of wins in the Champions League next season. Holy fuck, Gary Lineker, what's good, mate? What are you doing here? Go home and jinx it for a living. Exactly it. Exactly it. Well, here is the final change. I think it's Aaron Moy. It is, and everyone gets onto their feet and claps. Awata is going to come on. I think that's a reasonable change, to be fair, just to have a little bit of extra communication. If we got a third, I could see a fourth soon after. Maybe. It depends, obviously, on when we get it. Because Hearts will come out, once it hits about the 85th minute, they'll actually come out and put a lot more pressure and try and kind of throw one last Hail Mary at it, if you will. But Celtic will have to do, if they do want a third, it has to come realistically in the next few moments. But Awata tries to ping it forward for Atati, but it's nowhere near his man. Awata does get the interception, but it still finds a Hearts player, and there's an overlapping run on. Halliday's out on that far left. Plays it away for Kingsley, but it's a bit behind him, so Jota has time to put pressure on, doesn't get to it though, and Hearts do still have the ball in our final third. Ball across, Bernabei scuffed it, but there's a shot for a Hearts player. It's bounced off I think, Carter Vickers. Cleared away by Carter Vickers. Second time round, and there's a shot, or a snapshot I should say, from Hearts that doesn't go anywhere near the target, but that shows what they're capable of. Main thing is that it stops Celtic in the term. Well, that says everything about your club's entire meaning of existence if it's just to stop what your rivals are doing. Carter Vickers has it from click off. Alright, nice. Kick off. Let's see what he does with that. Nice, just goes straight out wide towards McGregor, who's just kind of playing as a right mid, or right centre mid, I should say. Awata has dropped in to be that central midfielder, and Hatati's playing on the left hand side, so I'm more than comfortable with this. And there's another perfect ball over the top for a chase, and well, Askvanovic, he has a quick fella, but he's not quick enough to get to that one. Got about 8.5 minutes left in this game before it's before extra time. And the COVID closed on cop and the town. Well, there you go. think that's what we wanted since we were just pissed. Well, I respect the honesty, I suppose. And there's still a lot of debt to be paid off, so that's why I was pissed. Like, go all out to stop the 10 and then just fold like a deck of cards. That's the only thing that pisses me off, because even in the Champions League, the way it worked was like even I'm a Celtic fan, but even I found it funny how we were going, oh, we performed better than using the Champions League. Like, yeah, we got 2 points against, you know, in a group that realistically we should have at least pocketed 9 from. It's just maybe Celtic and Rangers aren't pressured teams, or at least they're not used to playing under high pressure all the time. Because at least in the 2000s, when they were still quite good, it was because Celtic and Rangers were like that to each other. They were constantly trading places at the top of the table. But it just seems nowadays there's seasons where Celtic win it by 15, 16 points, and then Rangers win it by 15 or 16 points, and then, you know, obviously in recent times it's more or less just been Celtic year after year after year, but Rangers have obviously put that one blip on the record, and that's all they've really done. Ralston, what are you doing with that, son? Opts to go inside for a Wata, who just kind of quickly stamps it back. I'm getting you. Hello, baby. Went from most successful to most, and basically put up on a term. But holy shit, wait, here's a chance. Really good chance, good play. Doesn't find anyone though. And a slight moment with lag there, but Bernabeu's got it out on the left hand side. That's interesting. What's going to happen here? Askabanovic! I'm actually stunned. That is the goal of the game, probably the goal of the season, and I'm not fucking kidding. What the actual fuck? No, that is actually just insane. There is no fucking way that goes in that easily. That's a goal you score in your dreams. That is a goal you score in your fucking dreams. Lovely, lovely pass for Bernabeu out to the left. Haskell-Ivanovic just takes one step. Lovely cut across shot, and it just, like an arrow, by the way. It literally knuckleballs right into the top left. That is a fucking pearler of a shot. And like I said, there was definitely time for a third, boys. Oh wait, it's that way. It's happened. It's happened. Look at it. 3-1. Let's go. Zoomy screen. Bang! Out. That puts it to fucking bed. Goal of the game as well. Stotter and Timms came in to see his piece, yeah. Big hat, so yeah. Is that the first for Celtic? No, it's definitely not his first goal for Celtic. But definitely his best goal for Celtic, undoubtedly fucking so. Just for the sheer cheek of that finish, because he just half-ass hits it, it's like, and it just flies in, man. The shackles will come off now, could be 4 or 5, well, there is 3 minutes left in the game, so there could be time for one more, but I'll tell you what, Bernabeu, fantastic performance this game. The entire left-hand side of the pitch has had like 4 or 5 changes down it, but we've done it. Every single one of them have been fucking fabulous, man. Maeda obviously gets a goal and then comes off injured. Jota's came on and he's just balled out. Bernabeu's obviously provided an assist. Moy has been superb, and when he was switched over to the right got an assist. But Hearts have just been caught flush. That's the simple way to put it. They did exactly what St Mirren did. Got an early goal, realised, holy shit, we've got an early goal. What do we do here? And then Celtic went, that's nice, mate, but we're just going to take that back, and then like 3 extra just to be safe. Very confident. Like I said, it's not cockiness. I just know how my team play. Good, really good initial switch. You've got Carter Vickers basically playing as a right wing right now. Switched all the way back towards our halfway line. Starfelt's got it, Bernabeu. Switch it in. Ooh, doesn't quite get it though. I was eating eye hoggle. Perfect time for a goal to go in then, mate. Mario worry, yeah, well, miles ahead of sub. That's exactly. Couldn't have put it better myself on. There was not a single reason to worry. Hearts had a good start, that was the extent of it. You always stifle at a team for the first 15 minutes, you'll be fine, and Hearts caught us off, scored early, and since that point, Celtic have just went, Lamal, fuck you, no. That's just not how it floats. Starfelt scored out in the far left, but there could be one more on actually. Hatate's got it, good shift in behind. Has a half-hearted kind of swing at it, but it falls out wide for Bernabe to try again. Does get a cross, but it bounces back to him. You've got Hatate and Awata kind of 1-2ing it around the outside, just kind of holding up Bernabe's left winger run. Askabanovic again steps inside, go on. If he shot again, that would have been scenes. Deflects out and eventually Hatate wins it back. Ralston, that is beautiful control. And Jota somehow keeps it under control as well. That is brilliant fucking triangle play for us there. Come on, is there time for one more? Ralston deflects out. Good shimmy on the inside. Carter Vickers steps in brilliantly there and tries to cut it across, and it does find a body. It finds Jota, but he can't chest it over anyone. Does it again. Win the 50 back. Hearts have officially given up. They've got 6 bodies behind the ball here. Now 7. He's just itching to play the whole time. Yeah, to be fair, Stockroom, he's just been fantastic. Like, he's came on, kept his head down, and made a very good contribution. But the same can be said for any one of the subs. Hatate's came on and he's just been as golden as ever. And Awata's just done the hold-up play superbly. And as soon as I say that, there's Bernabe again. He's just chipped over a player, played a belter of a cross in. And Anthony Ralston, no, not Ralston. He misses a sitter. Oh, it's a perfect pass in for Bernabe as well, by the way. He has genuinely been one of the best performers by far this match. Stunning ball in, but Ralston just can't straighten his body in time. Could have been 4, really could have been 4 there, but unfortunately not. Well, lucky we got Ange in time for VAR. The style of play gets lots of which, gun bullshit VAR calls all day long. Yeah. Well, they tried it earlier on, obviously, with Kyogo's one right after the half. Even though he was that onside, comfortably fine. We seem to wake up right at the end, but that's all you need to do. As long as you score goals, that's the main fucking aspect of football, and we've done it right today. We've came good at the right moments. It's taken a lot of more work than I think even Postecoglou would have wanted. But this does 2 things. 1, make sure that we keep our 9-point deficit. There might be time for 4 actually, as Oz tried to hold it up and play the ball back across. I really was expecting him to just take that onto his good foot and shoot, but he opts not to instead. I appreciate it, Robbie. Please do that. Like the stream. If you are new, subscribe, because I bring good luck. I have still never streamed us losing a game domestically. So you should probably subscribe so you can join in the final that happens at the end of the week as well, because I'll be also live for that game. But there could still be time for a 4th. Ralston tries to shimmy his way through there and doesn't quite get it. Whenever stop, he'll exactly at James. We've been fatting. We've been absolutely fucking rattled them. Is how you head now, fair. Well, fair enough, guys. Appreciate you joining us as always. I've appreciate it, Shane. That's nice seeing, man. Carter Vickers has got it out. We're just on the 91st now, so there's probably about a minute or so. 3-1 here or so against this Hearts team. They gave us a game, yeah. But that's the thing. Usually I sit here at the end of the games and go, oh well, they tried for the first 5 minutes and then faded out. Hearts have been there since minute 1. They have constantly kept us aware. But again, like most teams' problems against us, they just haven't made anywhere near enough chances to have a big enough sample size to demand more than 1 or 2 goals. They could have maybe argued a second. That'll be a foul for us. Who's just been tricked outside for about 30 yards. Yeah, enjoy the show. No, I appreciate that, guys. That's really nice of you. we've got probably time for one or two more chances before full time wraps up, because Celtic are still posted in their final third. Let's see what happens here. Could be curious. Bernabei's going to throw it back. Now officially on the 92nd minute, played across. Carter Vickers tries to be a little bit too intricate, but does actually buy himself a few extra yards with that touch. Good idea, nice. Awata to Atai. There is a takedown there from Jota, but he was behind his man, so it won't be given as a foul. I would be really surprised if it was. It's not. Play on. Forward it goes, and Awata's just going to chase back to colour. Again, all the subs have done their job right there. Great streaming chat, mate. Oh, I appreciate that. That's lovely, isn't it? Great. I'll see you all Saturday. Well done. Lucky charm. Well, it will definitely should continue if based on the way we've done things today. I would just prefer us not to concede an early goal next time. I'll see you all after. But we'll still be, for those that are interested, I'll be here for about 10 or 15 minutes at least after the game, just talking about it. Obviously give you time to find something else to watch. Ain't got much time to worry about now. Haskabanovic cuts it back across, shimmied out wide for... Oh. Is there time for one more? I'm not quite sure. Nope, that's it, full time. We know the drill. Get the fucking Zoomy screen out, boys. Because guess what? I need to do the clock. Yes! A piece! Victory. Absolute victory. We will take that absolute pot. There are your full-time stats, and more importantly, here are your full-time table stats. I actually would like to see how the other two games finished. Oh, well, Dundee did get an equaliser, so fair fucks to them. They've managed to keep themselves in it, but Rangers obviously clean sweep Hibs. Yeah, they did not do anything after. Well, even then, they didn't do anything. It was technically Rangers that did everything, but in our game, much more straightforward. Hearts started off the stronger of the two sides for the opening, I'd say, 20 minutes. Hearts were the better team, undoubtedly. But Celtic grew into the game and did what we always did. Just come into the game and do what was necessary. Basically, battled them into submission with superior firepower. Exactly. Bye, man. Good programme. I appreciate that as always, Andres. That's nice of you. Job's a good one. Exactly. We absolutely fucking minced them. Up ourselves another 1 ton. Yeah, we've ticked off all of the necessary boxes. We got some of the fringe players some game time, and honestly, Bernabei and Ralston were fucking terrific today. I have to give a special mention to Bernabei because the dude has not played he's barely played minutes, but he just came on like he's been playing in the starting position since the very first second, so fair enough. SFA will be panicking. Yeah. I appreciate the emotional. Nice to see you back as well. Oh, my mate's nephews too. Oh, pelleters. Oh, okay. Cheers, Carl. Great stream, great team. Exactly it, Robbie. We'll be back again. We'll be ready to go again on Sunday for the return leg, I guess, if you want to call it that, because it will be obviously will be at Tynecastle, won't it? So obviously Hearts will be wanting to stamp a little bit of revenge on us if in their head, hey, they lose the league, but at least they have a chance to go and win the cup. Rangers will be having an open top bus parade with the Gold Difference Cup tonight. Wouldn't even surprise me, to be honest with you. Still 100%, 6 in a row. See you for the cup. Exactly it. We'd keep our form up for now until the end of the month. I'm happy. We need to start panicking. They've got one goal difference back. Oh yeah, I know. I mean, what's their goal difference at now? Is it like plus 28 for Celtic? I'm sure we'll be absolutely panicking when they stick even fucking... They could score 10 against Livingston or whatever when the next play and it wouldn't even faze me. Great content, I appreciate that. No, that's very sweet. Once the gallop starts, there's no stopping it. Exactly that. See, I wouldn't even say we're like a horse, we're more like a train. And the train just doesn't have a conductor on it anymore. In fact, there is a conductor, but he's that fucking good at his job, he doesn't need to even be on the train. He simply just steps back, lets the train fuck off and do its own thing, and it comes back to him. That's how good we are. Absolutely love it. So we just kind of need to, again, happy with that. More than happy with that. Hearts, again, the stats don't do them justice, not as much justice as it could have, honestly, but that's the way football works. They didn't make as much chances to justify getting anything more than, a loss out the game. If they had at the start to the first half, if they started the second half as good as they did the first, and the game ended 2-2, I would put my hands up and say, do you know what, for Fox to Hearts, they deserved a lot out of the game. And they did play well. I'll even say that. They lost 3-1, and yeah, they only had 5 shots as a whole, but they defended well, they counter-attacked fucking brilliantly at times, and they did make 1 or 2 chances that would kind of raise your eyebrows, and they did score. And that's something you can say, or at least you can say that not a lot of teams can do against us, at least in most essences. I know it's not really easy to say that because the last 2 or 3 games I'm sure we've conceded now. At least 5-1 at Mirren and then 2-1 against Rangers. So this is a third game straight conceding. But I wouldn't really put that down to just bad defence. I would put that down to the fact that whenever we concede chances, they're really open chances. But that's the way we are. We defend all of the complicated stuff brilliantly, and I'm quite happy with that. Cheers for the stream power of the sub. I appreciate that, Stockroom. Night, folks. Well, that's a pretty good way to pick up. So you enjoy your night, Stockroom. Appreciate it. Like normally the passes and the accuracy. Well, let's go into this screen so I can. Well, yeah. I mean that tells you everything you need to know. We had more than 2/3 of the ball. We had double the passes, more than double the passes. Much more accuracy in the passing, but the big thing obviously is this, that our only downside to the way we play is the offsides. So good night. So we'll catch you after, Shadow. It's been lovely to have you on as always. It's always lovely to have everyone back in and saying whatever again. I wasn't expecting a lot of people to pop in for this stream because there would have been ways to watch it, but again, even after it we got around. But let's have a look. 40 concurrent people still just vibing. Quite love that. And I need to do the sub check to see if we bested because a challenge used to get 350. I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't. I'm not going to get heartbroken. 546. That's fucking still terrific. That's what 12 subs today. Not bad. Not bad at all. But we do have a little bit of time, so if you want to throw any specific questions or just footballing questions in general, I have a bit of time. I usually have about 20 minutes or so. Is that you off now, Mark? Fair enough. But I'm really struggling to pick who my man of the match would be. Because my heart wants to get to Bernabei, but I know that's not anywhere near as justifiable in my head to give, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I think in my head, Ralston, it has to be either Ralston or Bernabei, and that's the surprising thing about it. Maybe Moy is a delayed third option, but Haskabanovic as well, when he came on, was brilliant. It was one of those where you can't pick a man of the match, can you? It's very hard to pick a man of the match because it's just been too many consistent performances. The only player that had a slight off day and still had a good game was Kyogo, because again he had a shit first half, still manages to score. That's the incredible thing about it. Even when we're inconsistent, we're still more than good enough to beat teams, and that game tonight pretty much summed it up for us. Absolutely fantastic. How did Carl play Hardley name? He had a very solid match, to be fair. He didn't do anything spectacular. He was just solid, head down workhorse. Basically, he covered up for Moy once or twice because Moy was being forced to kind of step up to play a higher line, basically in the first half anyway, when Alan Forrest was doing those inside like overlapping runs. Obviously McGregor would have to cover that space because Moy would step up to cover him, and that opened that wing up, and I think on the build up to the first goal you'll see what I mean when the highlights come out on the SPFL like YouTube channel later on the night or whatever. Obviously it starts from McGregor having to cover that space, and then they just ping the ball across to open a good few yards up. That was the only time I seen our midfield get stretched. after that, McGregor had them under lock and key and played fantastically. It just, again, that a captain's performance, nothing to write home about or anything, but certainly one that you can take your hat off and nod and go, fair fucking play to you, mate, you did very well tonight. None of them performed bad. Not a single one of them had a off performance. I think that would be the best way to put it. So in my head, it's just like, okay, solid, nothing to complain about him at all. Like, again, there's not even many off performances. I can't think of any player that had a bad match. Even Hart, who, yeah, conceded, still made one or two decent saves. They weren't powerful shots, but they were shots that were at him at weird angles. So again, even he had an improvement on even the St Mirren game, because at least they faced more than, you know, like 2 fucking shots the whole match. He was actually put under some fair amount of pressure. He had to come out and claim a lot of loose balls and did it quietly efficient, exactly at mark. That's the best way to put the entire team's performance. No one played out of their skin, no one played their best, but everyone played good enough as a unit to get across the line. And I think that was the difference with Hearts. They had a few players that played well and had individual like brilliance, but it wasn't a cohesive team performance, because they would just be putting out loose balls trying to find a body that was in our final third. But 9 times out of 10, Carter Vickers was just there, heads it forward, and immediately it's a 6-on-5. Hearts had to defend in numbers of the day, and that's why I have a lot of respect for how they played, because they didn't just shut off once we went 2-1 up. They didn't just do the St Mirren or Livingston-esque thing and go, fuck, right, we might as well just play for goal difference now. They went, no, we've played okay, we just keep trying. And yeah, don't get me wrong, they only had made 1 or 2 chances, and then we scored a third, but that's the type of football you need to play if you want to get a result against Celtic. You have to come out of the gates, you have to play a little bit more higher pressure, constant football, and for, I'd say, about 30 minutes in total of the game, I'd say about a third there, Hearts were the better team, and they deserve a lot of credit for that. But football's a 90-minute sport, isn't it? In fact, it's more than that when you include added time. It's more of a 100-minute sport, so obviously Celtic just used their squad depth and made sure that it worked out in our favour, and that's what I'm more than pleased with, because we could have just let shit go today. We could have went 1-0 down and then just bottled it and just quietly withered away, but like we've seen so many times, Celtic just do not lie down, they keep going and they never stop, and thankfully for us it worked out in a fucking fantastic way today, because we got some really good goals. And that Haskabanovic goal, I'm telling you now, if you haven't seen it, please find a way to do so, because it is a stunningly composed finish. It's his body language that sells it for me, because I didn't think he was going to shoot. I thought he was going to try and pass it in, and then you just see it powered right into the top corner. It was a truly fucking majestic strike. So in my head, no complaints. We were fantastic from, I'd say, about the 20th minute to the end. Like, yeah, again, the first 20 minutes you would say was all Hearts, but besides that, not much else. I'm just getting messages filling my buddies at the game now. That's cool. But again, I always appreciate the support that people bring to these streams anyway, because this is a midweek kick-off that's, you know, 7:45 at night. I wasn't really expecting too many people to pop in and say hello, and even before I went live, there was 10 people waiting, and after the stream there's still around 30 people just vibing with me. So listen, fucking terrific support, boys, all of it. Remember last year when we questioned if Hatate would ever be able to last a full game, how wrong were we? Well, that's the thing about Hatate, he's just one of those players that constantly seem to evolve, and I think that's why there's a lot of like talk about him going down to the Premier League, because he's just one of those players that you can tell has a different gravy about him. Like, I mean, if you're doing a comparison, the best thing I can think of is comparing Maeda and Hatate. Both of them are very good players, first team calibre, very well respected for their workhorse ethic. But if you were to say what one of them would float in the Premier League better, everyone would unanimously say Hatate. Because he's not just a quick player, he's a versatile player that's composed, he's physical, he's strong, he can pass, he can run, he can shoot. He is like the perfect example of a player that can play anywhere. He's a proper, like model citizen type of individual as well. So any club would be privileged to have him as a player, and I think that's what I love. Carmack's the anchor of the team, and the game silently grows through him. Exactly, but that's the thing. Like McGregor's not a player that you would look at and think key player, but over the course of his career at Celtic, he's just continuously improved and put the pressure on basically just any manager that he's performed under. He continuously start him because he just never gives up. I mean, there's been times in the Champions League, I mean, even this season when you're 5-0 down at Madrid at the Bernabeu, and he's still pointing around and screaming red-faced, cover your man, cover your space, do this, do that, next thing. And that's just different from what we're used to. Because don't get me wrong, I don't really remember a time where Scott Brown wasn't the captain or anything like that, because he's, again, I started watching football around 2005, 2006, and he was a captain for what, 2000 and, what was it, like 7, 8? But yeah, like McGregor's taken that captain's role and owned it with flying fucking colours. The only thing I would like to see with Celtic as a whole is just domestic players. I would like to see more game time for domestic players, especially for our youth academy, because that's meant to be one of our, key points and why Celtic are so good, because we have such a sustainable academy. So I would like to see players like, like players like Rocco Vata, for instance, or, Karen Woko Dembele getting minutes in the first team, even though chances are it won't happen, but that's what cup games are for. Obviously, we're against Hearts again in the obviously for the next one. In fact, what time is that game at? So I know, because I don't want to leave it up to 12:15. That's completely fine actually. But yeah, that'll be the next match, the quarterfinals against Hearts. That'll be an interesting one, and then what are the games after that? Ironically enough, it's we play the Edinburgh teams 3 in a row. We've got 1/3 of them down. Then we play obviously Hearts again on the 11th, and then a week after that, Celtic v Hibs. Although I get a mini break, because 3 streams in a week is a lot to ask realistically, but at the same time it's not. So I'll be live for that one as well, undoubtedly. Joey Dawson scored 2 in the week. Well, exactly my point. We have, even that wee Bosun Lowell, he's decent as well. Uragide deserves minutes. I mean, Josh Clark, he's a solid goalkeeper that could, realistically argue his way into the first team setup. Who else would I say is first team calibre, first team calibre? I wouldn't say anyone besides those few. Maybe with the exception of Robertson. Maybe, but that would be with a stretch. Yeah. That just makes me happy. I mean, that is very satisfying to look at as well. Even goal difference, even goals against, even goals for. Postecoglou has OCD. Chances are we'll just draw against Hibs, so we have an even 80, won't we? Just so it all looks nice and dandy. No, but Hearts just haven't had a lot of luck. What are their next games? Aberdeen after that, so I don't see them doing too much. And Rangers, who do they have after their cup match against Wraith? Motherwell. Yeah, so we do have the hardest game the next match day, but I don't see it doing us too much hassle, if that makes sense. So, all things considered, I have confidence, I have faith, at least for the cup final match, not cup final, am I saying cup quarter final match? I'll be looking forward to that. I think it'll be an interesting one, but let me go and find it, because yes sir, we've got the outro one. So yeah, I don't think there's really much more for me to say of that, so I'm going to prepare to end stream. It's momentarily soon. However, I will say I'm going to see if I can still post that link. Even though it isn't here, anyone that hasn't, please go and follow him, because that would be very nice. He's been trying his best to get to 320 for a while now, so if you haven't, go and give my boy a follow. Also, if you want a shout out at any point, there's ways to do so. There's also a Discord that you can go into. that has, you know, some of the fan groups in it, virtuals in it as well, so he can post a link for that if he wants to. Delighted for Ange to win in his 100th game. I didn't even realise that. It was his 100th cap as manager. Fair fucking play to him then. That just gives us even more reason to love him. And that's how you know he'll stay for even longer. But aye, we're going to love you and leave you a great stream. Cheers Mark, I appreciate it mate. I'm going to have to bail out soon as well because, as I said, that's kind of what I need to do anyway. Besides it's at 10 at night and I still have to go and shower and all that good jazz. However, one last look at the league table. We appreciate that. League table pog. Time for the music to get just a wee bit louder because I have to do the thing that I always do. Everyone that's been here for a while knows. Zoomy screen, let's go. Thank you for watching, thank you for all the support, especially today. It's very nice of you to come in and, I mean, give me a few extra subs, even though realistically I didn't do much to warrant or earn them, but thank you very much anyway, appreciate that. But, as usual, Celtic are the best goddamn team on planet Earth, the best goddamn team that's ever existed. I'm going to love you and leave yous. Catch yous after.